What's up, guys? So I waited almost 2 hours this morning for a trade, but it was well worth it. I only traded Facebook, and I'm looking at it now after the earnings came out, and it just totally tanked. And that would have been really fun to play off of the level in the after hours, but I don't really trade during those times yet, so it's just fun to look at. But we can talk about what happened at least during the intraday part of today. Okay, so this morning when I got up, we have the SPY up here on the screen. And what I was looking at this morning was that, let's get a pencil over here. The SPY is sitting right between R3 and S3 this morning. And it seems to be a little bit easier or like in a better area than yesterday, because yesterday, if I come over here, we've got R3 here and S3 is down here, and it's like right in the middle here. But in the pre-market today, we've touched R3. So what I was thinking was, we touched it, we rejected it. It could be a short the rest of the morning. It could come back up and try to retest it, and then we could have a short. So what I was looking for was either if the SPY pops up and rejects R3, then I would be looking to play one of my stocks to the short side. We also have a level up here on the SPY, so I was interested in that as well, off of the daily, weekly charts. And so I was looking for either of those. And then if not, if it sold off in the morning, I wasn't planning to chase anything. I didn't want to get into anything in this area. There were some really great moves. A lot of people in the BBT chat caught some really great moves at the open this morning, but it just wasn't my setup. So I was just waiting for it to get close to S3 and like down near, we've got previous day high, pre-market low, previous day's close, S3. So we've got a lot going on down in this area. So I was looking for it to come back down to this area, and then maybe we'd have a little bit of a bounce so that I could catch something that I was interested in, maybe to the long side. So what I was looking at was Facebook. It's going to be fun to pull up because the chart is really messed up now. I mean, look at this earnings situation. Here's my level. No, wait, not that one. Here's one level. Here's another level. Once it lost this level, just powered through this one. Like, that would have been a wild time, but it didn't happen during the regular trading hours. So anyways, I did trade it though. So what I was looking at was, let me get this up, and as per usual, clean up my screen a little bit. So I like Facebook, this range it's setting up. So I tried to play this on Monday. I didn't quite play it well, but it was giving me another opportunity today, so I thought I'd give it a shot. But so we've got this range on the on the daily, and so for the past few days, it's sold off below it and it's coming back up to retest the bottom of this range. I previously set my range level here, and I tried to play that the other day, and that just wasn't the one that was working. So I've got a new range set up in this area to give a shot at. So this morning, where we were opening was actually like right in the middle. So we had gapped up during the pre-market, and we're kind of in the middle of the range. So there are plays that you can play off of the middle of the range, like they call it like a midline defense. So it can be a bounce and a long to the top of the range, or a rejection of the middle of this range back to the downside. So I don't really have a strategy for those yet, but it's something that I'm definitely thinking about. But anyway, so this morning we were opening in the middle, and I was really only looking for it to get to the top or the bottom of this range for a play. And luckily it did give me that. And tomorrow might be fun. Tomorrow might be really fun because of the sell-off, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, so today, let me try to fix my chart here because now it looks like nothing has happened during the day. I'm going to go to the 2-minute. Yeah, so pretty quick, simple trade. The first one didn't work, but that's all right. It doesn't always work. So like I said, I'm waiting for Facebook to get down to this level that I like. So this is the bottom of that daily range. And then at the same time, I'm waiting for the SPY. I'm going to bring this over here. This is QQQ, but let's bring the SPY over. So this is about where we are when I'm interested in taking a trade on Facebook. And so we've got, like I said, we've got previous day high, pre-market low, previous day's close, and S3 down here. So it's a pretty good support area. And what I saw happening in the morning was it bounced here, it looked like it was maybe holding in this area. And I was thinking, well, maybe that's just a lot of support and it won't get all the way down there. And maybe we're putting in some sort of like double, triple bottom situation here. So as Facebook got down to the level that I liked, and SPY was kind of holding this area, setting sort of like an intraday range, I thought, well, I'm at the level. SPY, I don't know if SPY is going to get all the way down to this stuff, so I'm just going to, hit in long. So unfortunately, that didn't work out. The first one didn't work, and while I still have SPY up here, I'll just kind of show you. It didn't work, and it sold off a little bit more, and then on the 1 minute, or maybe it was the 2. Yeah, I think it's the 2 minute, just before I go back to the Facebook chart. So on the 2 minute, we got, as we get down, we break through previous day high, we break through pre-market low, we're getting close to previous day's close, and S3. And what's funny is in the chat, I said I don't want to take anything long on the SPY until it gets close to previous day's close. Well, I got in like up here, and I should have just listened to that, but that's okay. It's okay. It worked out. Anyway, so it got down here, it threw this bullish engulfing candle without getting, going any further. And I thought, you know what, this is going to reverse here. Hopefully, at least I thought it would, and I was right. So I hit into Facebook again. And then what I was waiting for, and this all makes sense when I bring over my Facebook chart too. And then what I was looking at was, we've got this trend line kind of forming here, and Facebook, before it was able to break out, it needed the SPY to break this trend line. So as soon as SPY broke this trend line, Facebook was able to break out, and we were good to go. I'll show you the trade itself. So this is my first attempt, and then I got stopped out. And then I went long again when SPY threw the bullish engulfing candle. Facebook was throwing one as well. Just the volume was coming in, it just looked like it was bouncing. And now we're below the level. We're over a full ATR. I just thought, a lot of the stars are aligning, so I'm going to give it another shot. And we got this run up. We rejected at previous day high before I pushed down, and it sort of broke below my level, and I thought, I'm actually in this kind of heavy, and I feel a little uncomfortable, so I'm just going to take half off here, just to like put a little bit of money in the bank. And I left my stop down here because I know that sometimes these reversals can take a minute to happen. So when I take it on the first entry, I'm still sort of, if I don't get a huge move and like a big partial off of it, like if I would have taken it up here, I would have just moved this to break even, but it wasn't a huge move yet. So I was like, I think I'm going to wait. I think, if it pulls back a little bit, it might stop me out at my entry point, which it would have probably. And so I just kind of left my stop down here, and then I was able to get the ride. Like I said, it needed SPY to break that trend line. And then as soon as SPY broke the trend line, we were able to push up. And so, I took a partial at VWAP, which is also kind of like this, this level here, this intraday sort of range that happened. Got this kind of compression before I break down, and and then it threw this candle on a pretty elevated volume. So I was thinking, we could reverse. So I actually have my marker over it, but I actually took a partial here, and then my next partial was going to be up at S3, which is like right here. It didn't quite get there, and then my all out was going to be basically the midline of that daily weekly range, and it it didn't quite get there either. And after we started doing this, I just decided, I'm gonna move my stop. So like I took another partial here, and then I was like, we could just hang out here all day because it's earnings, and after we get this kind of move on before earnings, people are kind of like hanging out waiting to see what happens. You don't want to be stuck in a long position or a short position, depending on what's gonna happen with the earnings. So I started thinking about it, and so I moved my stop. I actually moved my stop up to here. It was kind of like the bottom of this area, and I was like, if it gets back down there and kind of, looks like it's breaking down, I'll just get out. So yeah, ended up being a really good trade overall. But yeah, good move, and earnings would have been even better, but yeah, I don't know. Good move. Solid move. So the play worked out, and yeah, that's all I traded today. I was looking at AMD. It didn't set up how I liked those, so didn't trade it. Waited 2 hours for this one and just did this one instead. So hope you all had a good day, and I'll catch you later. Peace.